YouTube, and welcome back. I am going to be struggling a little bit because I have Miss Caroline on a leash with me. And we're currently, look at how cute she is. We're currently at this quiet, quaint, you hear the trees rustling, little park right up the street from us. It's nice and cute. I was hoping. Let me pause real quick. Hi there, and welcome back. If you don't know me, I'm Tina. I do lifestyle videos. I'm based in Washington State. I did live in Seattle. However, I moved to a suburb of Seattle called Linwood. And excuse if you see anything on my shirt. I had some, I made something earlier and I splashed it on my shirt. But welcome back. I wanted to get a little change of scenery, and I had promised Miss Caroline, Carol, I promised her car ride. And I was saying that I wanted to walk over to the lake, but honestly, I think I might have to drive to another point because I'm not about to walk through that little sketchy path right there. I personally just don't feel comfortable. And you hear all those cases of somebody getting got in the woods, and this isn't really woodsy, but I don't want to test my luck and see what's down that trail. And I'm the only one here right now, and there's a man over there doing exercises, so I'm just trying to be safe because it is just Miss Caroline and I wanted to get out of the house. It's Sunday. It's later in the afternoon. It's the evening. And it's 85 degrees right now. So I thought, hey, why don't we try, oh, here comes some more people. Why don't we try just getting out, getting in some shade. Something important about trees is, that they provide shade, and with the climate being the way it is, with temperatures getting hotter, it's important to have trees around. So the fact that I'm getting to benefit off of the shade over here when it's super hot is super nice. And I am going to go ahead and talk about my pregnancy update. And if that is something that you're not interested in, if this isn't that phased in your life, or if you don't want to hear it, go ahead and not watch the rest. But I want to be quick because I do actually want Caroline to get a little walk, and there's people coming, and I don't want them to think I'm weird for sitting here recording on a bench. So anywho, I wrote down a lot of stuff actually, and all of this is good to talk about. I'll show you my belly. I am feeling rotund. Okay, Bubbles, it's okay. I think somebody's laying down. Caroline, can you sit? Caroline, you want to sit? Sit down. Why did I give her the microphone? Here, Bubbles, sit. You don't know them. You don't know them, folks. Okay, so I wanted to start this update by saying that I've reflected a lot on this pregnancy, and I'm so glad that I haven't had any troubles, and I'm so thankful for God, for that, because I could have had a totally different pregnancy. I'm almost done. I got 6 more weeks left, which is crazy. And I still haven't had any complications, and I pray that I continue not to have any complications. So that's another update, or that's a update. So I'm just grateful for being healthy and not having any ailments. I'm also grateful to still be able to work because, dang, a lot of people just popped up. I'm just grateful to, be able to manage work and be able to keep up with, the youth that we work with. I do notice that it is starting to get hard, because our organization does a lot of like volunteer work. So if we're doing, we do anything from removing non-native species to, planting trees, all that good stuff. This isn't a good time of the year to plant trees, so we haven't done that, but we have been removing non-native species with other different organizations around Seattle. So that's just been a little challenging. Next week, I'm excited for work because we get to go kayaking with the kids, and I have not been on the water yet. Oh Lord, this whole family is coming over here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pause for a second because, yeah. So anyways, yeah, so we're going kayaking, and I'm super excited about that. A lot of the kids, I'm speaking for myself. I don't know how to swim. Give me a second. This big ass family's coming over here. Come here, Bubba's. Come here. No, sit down. Sit. You're fine. Real life. Look at these beautiful trees, though. This kind of reminds me of when I used to live in Seattle, and I was right down the street from Volunteer Park, and I was like a 10-minute walk. And I used to go often and just sit there and also record my videos. Please turn down that path. Please turn down that path. Yes. Okay, cool. I can continue to talk. Okay, cool. The family just went down that path, so hopefully they stay over there. Anywho, sorry, this video is a little chaotic. Anywho, so yeah, I'm excited for that. We only have 3 more weeks left of our summer program, and then after that we start planning for our yearly, the work that we do yearly. And I'm obviously going to be gone for a few months due to maternity leave, so I'm glad I get to help out and plan for our year. It sounds like we're going to be very busy this year, so I'll get like a little break before I jump back into that. Also, this week I would say this is mid-August, and next Sunday, so a week from today, I'm having my baby shower, and my sister's throwing it for me. I'm super excited. I'm super thankful because she did not have to do that, and I just can't wait for the people I love to come together to celebrate Axel, and for anybody who hasn't met my significant other, Denzel, I'm excited for them to be able to meet him. But actually, pretty much everybody who's coming has met him, so that's exciting. I've been taking baby classes just to prepare for the birth. What else? I'm looking at my list. Oh, after next week, I'll try to film next Sunday, but I'll be busy pretty much all day because I'm planning on doing the baby shower earlier in the day, and then for anybody who wants to have more of an intimate time with Denzel and I, we're gonna have a little meal at my sister's house, so that'll be cute. So I'll be pretty much out all day. She tripping. You hear her? She crying. You good? Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to get through this, okay? I know, Mama. I know. Okay. So I'll do a haul of all the things that I've gotten for the baby. After that, oh my God, there's bees trying to attack me. Okay. I want to have everything done and prepared, meaning I want to have, oh my God, scratching. If I see flies, I start to itch because I just associate them with dirtiness. So that's, ugh. Anywho, I want to have everything ready and prepared for baby by August 18th, just because that's a month before the baby comes or is supposed to come. And also, August 18th is my mom's birthday. So I just thought that would be a good date to have everything, secure and ready for baby, so that we're not scraping and scrambling once he gets here, and once it's time for us to just settle in and, figure out our routine and, bond with baby. So August 18th is that day. I also got to meet my doula last week, or this past week, and that was exciting. She was very nice. She's a chatty Cathy, but I'm excited to do some work with her. I only get to see her about 3 times before 2 more times before the baby's here, and then I get to see her a couple of times after the baby's born. But she's gonna be like a big help, during my labor. So there's that. I've been making sure to check in with myself often, just to see how I'm doing mentally, because as I'm getting closer and closer to my baby's due date, things are really starting to come up, and I just want to make sure that I'm okay, and that I am prepared and ready just for if I need extra support. So that's been kind of really important for me. Let's see. Something else that happened this week. I think I told you guys that I was emotional, I was more emotional lately, and this past week I also have been very emotional. Something that was cute that happened this week. Well, 2 things happened. So my best childhood friend, she's getting married, and I am her maid of honor. I don't know if I've already said that, but we went dress shopping for her, and I just before we went, I had in my mind that I was probably gonna cry, because this is such a special moment for her, and I was happy to be able to be there to help her out, and it was really fun. It was beautiful. She looked amazing, and I know that whatever dress she ends up choosing, she's gonna love. And that brings me to our little conversation that we had kind of on the way to the dress shopping. And anybody from home knows me as Latina, because that's my as my boyfriend said, my government name, because that's what I went by. That's that's what I introduced myself as. So anybody from home, and that means anybody from California, anybody from Duval, they all call me Latina. And once I ended up going off to college, I kind of reinvented myself and started going by Tina, and that was because, one, people did not pronounce my name properly, so I was fed up with telling them over and over again that how to pronounce my name. So I just was you know what, I'm just gonna go by Tina, and that's it. So long story short, Leah was my friend. She was calling me Latina, and she's like, wait, but is it okay if I call you that, because people call you Tina? And I'm yeah, I don't mind that, because it just reminds me of home. So some people, like I said, call me Latina, and then some people call me Tina. And then that same day, my boyfriend was helping out my sister and her boyfriend with their juice business, and my boyfriend ended up meeting one of our family friends from California who actually moved up here to Washington before we came up. And our family friend's son was oh, you're Latina's boyfriend. And he was oh my gosh, your family friend called you Latina, so he used your government. And I was like, see, I'm telling you, people from home know me as Latina. So that was like kind of cute and special. And just like a little side note that I thought I would add, because that made me emotional and it made me happy. Just to, I don't know, just to feel like closer to my friends, and then also my boyfriend getting to meet more people from, different points in my life. So that's cool. What else? I have been feeling anxious, just because, I don't know what to expect once I start having contractions, because like I said, I've had such a healthy pregnancy. I haven't really had any problems. I have started having Braxton Hicks contractions, and they do call those practice contractions, and those don't hurt at all. But I've been anxious to find out what the heck do actual contractions feel like, and I keep being told that they feel like just extremely bad period cramps. So I'm like, I know I can take that, because I used to have really bad period cramps when I was younger, and then they kind of went away. But yeah, so I've just been preparing for that. I'm just listening to the trees whistle, or the trees. It just sounds so peaceful out here. And after I'm done, I will take this little doggy on a walk, because she just keeps crying. Carol, look, Mama, look. Bubba's treat. You go for a car ride? She is not paying attention at all. Oh. So I've noticed that my rings don't fit anymore. My jewelry rings that I love to wear, they don't fit because of all the extra blood and all the extra water and all. I'm just getting bigger. So once I once I have the baby, I'm sure I'll be able to fit them. My shoes still fit. That's a good thing. My ankles have not swollen. And it has been harder to walk. However, I've noticed that for the first time last month, I closed my exercise rings, and that made me really happy, because I hadn't closed them since April, I think, because May and June were just not, I wasn't moving that much. So I closed them for last month, and I'm close to closing them for August, so that's exciting. I've also been learning to be more gentle on myself this past week, just making sure that I'm resting and making sure that I'm taking time to just be, because I am getting further and further into my pregnancy, and I just want to be, nice and safe, and not tired. So there's that. And lastly, I've just been thinking about what is maternity leave gonna look like, and I pray that time doesn't fly by. I would like to get out of the house a lot while I'm on maternity leave, just to, make sure that I'm not feeling cooped up, because I know it's gonna be so different. But I'm also excited for that. But if you have gone through a pregnancy, or if you know anybody who has, can you offer some tips on what are some good things to make sure to do during your maternity leave? Because I think that would be very helpful for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop here, because there's people coming closer to me, and I do not want to look or explain to people why I'm talking to a camera. So Thank you all for watching, and I appreciate those of you who watch my videos, and I will be back next week. So peace. Hope you guys have a good week. Bye.